I ain't even got my stuff on. I done hopped out of bed. I not got my stuff on. I hopped out of bed. I didn't even take my makeup off. And sometimes you don't know why you don't do things right away. Sometimes you think, oh, I gotta get up and do this. I need to get up and do that. Sometimes you are led to stay in one spot, or, okay, Earring, get in there. Stay in one spot or do something or not do something for a reason. Hello, Earring. I just had these. Where the hole at? That's what she said. Okay. Hello, it's Goddess Divine, and I am not ready yet, but I'm right on time. Putting on my jewelry first. Oh, I love this. I made all of these. Getting in my creative energy. I used to make jewelry when I was a kid. Like little bead jewelry, you know, with the letters on it and stuff. I used to do that. Especially when they were like really, really cheap. And I used to make like little friendship bracelets and stuff. Lost all of them, but it's not the point. I am getting back into what used to fill me up with joy when I was a kid. So I suggest you do the same, because that's the type of vibe that we're on right now. That and powdering our noses, because we on it. It's been like 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours since I got off my, well, 2 or 3, since I got off my Zoom, since I stopped recording. And I was drinking my chamomile, and I was laying down and was scrolling on TikTok, which I never do after a certain time. Well, I'm not gonna say never. I try not to do after a certain time, you know. But some said scroll on TikTok. I was like, okay, because I was just gonna watch a YouTube video, and I was laying here. Well, I was listening to Jungle. If you've ever heard of the group Jungle, music video is amazing. I even put on a whole different dress. I love this dress so much. But I was feeling very siren coded at first, but some said, because of the video I'm about to film, something said hop up and put on your energy. Speaking of which, my nail popped off. I gotta fix that. So I came across this TikTok by a creator named Tiara Shalee, DIY spells. I'll put her name and her link down in the description and stuff. And she posted, what's this? My screen is crickety crack. Oh, you ain't gonna be able to see that. I'm bored. Tell me the most disrespectful way spirit came through for you. I'm not talking about a little cord cutting or a block number. In a block number. I want they lied on me and lost their voice the next day. Now, she didn't specify whether or not, you know, somebody had to do a spell or anything, but just basically how spiritual justice stories, essentially. Hold on, please. I don't know if it's the air or what, but it don't matter how long this glue has been open, it's been getting like clogged. And I've never had this issue with this brand before, but I'll have it open for a second. Not including this time, but I'll have it open for a second and it'll be clogged as fuck. And I'm like, this stuff is drying faster. Maybe I'm just tripping. I think I might just be tripping. Okay, now it won't come out. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's a different kind. But I'm like, I don't remember it ever drying that fast. I mean, I'm not complaining, but Okay. So I'm gonna read. So I'm gonna read some of these comments because they are freaking hilarious. I love when people get justice, and which is exactly why I'm not worried about the justice system, because I always get justice when people do me wrong. Always. So says, I had $5 for lunch this morning, walked out to buy donuts and found $10. It's not really justice, but I get what they're saying. I got a hoagie, juice, and chips. I was giving thanks the whole walk. I'm gonna find the best ones. Hold on. I just saw them. This girl kept sending me hexes out of jealousy to my child and I. I did a return to sender using graveyard dirt. 12 people in her family within 2 weeks. Mess around and find out, honey. Somebody say, girl, you conjured up some soul snatching demons for that one child, but people's spirit teams don't play about kids. That's why people always say leave the kids out of it. Somebody said animals too. Once you bring in the innocence, it says a lot about how you operate. That's not at all Gucci. So wishing evil on something that can't think for itself properly will have your spirit, the spirit world, on your ass. So she goes on to say, she says, I put in a spell that all the return energies stick to the sender like glue, and not even Jesus Christ himself can remove it. May that energy fester and rot. And somebody said, how do you know? She said she posted on Facebook every time someone died. You know, it's so funny. People say, don't laugh. First of all, I don't. Me and death like this. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't laugh at the deceased because you're gonna blah blah blah. Well, if the deceased didn't want to be laughed at, you should have been a good person while you were here. If the dead ain't want to be laughed at, honey, you should have been worth a damn while you was here. If you weren't worth a damn while you were here, or you one ain't protected, because I had a praying mother, protected baby, and I do my own protections. Okay, I'm a long line of protection. And you got the nerve to be affiliated with someone that's so nasty and hateful. You gonna get yours, honey. So somebody said, how did you know it was her doing work on you and your baby? I think just, I'm not sure if she knew. I think she just did a return to sender spell. And she said, I'm a medium myself, and I had a reading to double check for like discernment and divination. She was, it was a wrap after that. Somebody said, what did you give your ancestors? Like, cause they at that altar, I already know they don't play about kids though. She said steak, coffee, Haitian rum, and all. It's so funny because there would be people who'd be like, well, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. When you see how they move like they believe in that. They be moving like they believe in that. Or if they claim that they don't believe in that, and then they do some dirty shit. I could talk about vibrations and how just because you do fucked up shit to people doesn't mean that's something that you're going to get quote unquote karma, because sometimes people's vibration and their energy is so high. People equate having high energy to being a good person. That's not how the universe works, honey. If your vibration is good, you may or may not have some fucked up shit happen to you just because you're a fucked up person. Like, people have been saying that about, like, for example, Drake and Diddy and all these other people. I'm like, baby, there are forces in the occult world that you don't even know about that's running through Hollywood and Hollyweird and things like that. They're the example. They're not even the baddest wolves in the pack, honey. They're the example. They're the sacrifice. That's why they getting their asses handed to them. They were the I ain't gonna go into it. If you want me to make a video, I can. Let's continue, shall we? And revel in this deliciousness. Somebody else said, I did a return to sender spell, and within a week or two, he crashed his car and ended up in a crisis unit having a psychotic break. I wish I was joking. She also said, return to senders are no joke. I do them monthly as maintenance. So he said, I have plenty, but recently, the poster, Tiara Shali says, I have plenty, but recently they say gossip and slander is a curse. Well, the person who gossiped about me the most got their ass beat so bad that they were sent to the hospital. Talk about getting your ass handed to you. God dang. Oh, my stomach is just a going. Yep, transmutation, return to sender, or firewall work great. They'll either be quiet or their life will get worse the more they talk, all from casting a spell on yourself. Or even speaking over yourself, everything that I speak happens, which is why my mother didn't even realize, no, I think she realized it, but she used to always tell me, if you don't have something good to say nothing at all. And when people ask me why I'm so quiet, sometimes it's because I literally don't have anything to say, or I'm observing, and other times, just let me be quiet. Asking if I'm okay is fine. You know, are you okay? Is everything all right? Sometimes just let me be quiet. I love this one. Someone else, another woman said, my baby daddy denied my son and spent 3 years doing nothing. I filed for child support, and one night right before Christmas, $7,000 was dropped in my account from his Christmas bonus. Love that for you. Her name is the Conscious Cutie. I love that for you, honey. Somebody said, I know you and your baby had the merriest Christmas ever. And see, had he not denied the child and just been doing right and taking care of his responsibilities, he may not have gotten that much taken. Sometimes people make it worse. My mother had a man she was dating. I was so glad when she ran him off. And he didn't pay child support 18 years. Why, as soon as his daughter went to college, he had to pay all that money to her. All of that money to her. And it wasn't even a lot. It was like, it ranged, because he was making at one point like $20 an hour, and that was like back in 2010 or something like that. And it was just like a few $100s, just a few, like $100, I don't know, it was less than $500 a month. And whatever it was, he could afford it, and he didn't. Even my mother was like, they're gonna come after you. I was so glad when she finally dropped him, and that was after she got the notice that he had to pay, it was like $28,000 or something, and I'm pretty sure he's still paying it all. But instead of it going to the mother, it's going directly to his daughter, which, what I know about his mother, that's actually a good thing. I mean, know about her mother, it's actually a good thing. And truth be told, I honestly think that went the way that it went. That might be another example that went the way that it went because my mother was with him. She doesn't like when people ain't doing right, and she kept telling them. And one thing about my mother, she would speak over people and like let them do right, let them, you know, whatever, X, Y, and Z. And sure enough, she told him, go to the court. I don't know why I was stuttering. Go to the court and let them take out little by little so that you can pay it back. He didn't. And you gotta pay a whole bunch. It's a good one. My baby daddy got a $2,000 Social Security check and wouldn't give me $10 for pull-ups. We gonna do better, right? We have high self-esteem. We no longer having sex with men or letting men talk us into things when they can't provide, and they're broke as fuck and not good people. Okay. Because Social Security, like, anyway, I know Social Security happens for different reasons, but to have kids, anyway. Wouldn't give me $10 for pull-ups because I didn't want to be with him. just wanted to co-parent. He got robbed of all of it 3 hours later at gunpoint. Oh, I love this song. So Spirit said, I know damn well you're not denying your kids the stuff they need. Let me teach you a lesson real quick. They never found out who robbed them, but he got all of it taken from him, every last dollar, so that was satisfactory enough for me. That's funny. This another woman said my verbally abusive father got throat cancer. Oh, I love this one. My old boss tried to deny me time off for my father's funeral. Nasty. Nasty, fake sense of control. That is so disgusting. I was so angry that I cried and left anyways. 3 weeks later, he had a heart attack and died. Oh, I didn't read this one. Somebody else's boss did something and lost their job, but I didn't read that one. Damn. I didn't read that. I thought that was the other one that I had read. It's just the timing of it all. It's so funny. Let me see if I can find the other one. I literally just clicked on this and it already like mixed up the comments. Cause they had another order. Basically, this one woman, her boss was making it hard for her to get a promotion. Like she actually deserved it, and he was literally like putting her through the ringer or something like that. A few weeks later, he ended up losing his $100,000 position. She ended up leaving, or he fired her. It was one of the two. And he ended up losing his $100,000 position and had to work at a car wash. She said that somebody was like, "How did you find out?" "Oh no, you should take your car there to let him wash it." She was like, "I did. That's how I found out." And see, I love. A lot of people use the word karma incorrectly. Traditionally, karma is a Hindu concept, and white people in New Ageism took it and bastardized it. That's not even the right word, but they took it and ruined it like they always do. It's basically, is your work done from the previous life, or is there still something that you have to attend to, or something that you have to do or were meant to do in this life that you didn't get to finish in the last life? I could be a little off with that definition, but that's essentially what it is. It's not doing things. It's something to that effect. I'll have to, make an actual video about it, but it's something to that. It's not, oh, if you do something to somebody, it's going to immediately happen. That's what people took it to make themselves feel better. Okay? But that's not actually what it is. But a lot of people use karma in the wrong way. But I love the timing of a lot of these situations with the shit that's happened to people. For me, I'm Saturn ruled in Vedic astrology, sidereal astrology, and sometimes my karma, sometimes the things that happen to people that do me wrong is a little slow, but it's long lasting. One ex who he essentially ended up assaulting me, and I stopped talking to him, and something told me to talk to him again years later. I was like, why? And I missed our relationship, what it was beforehand, like years when we knew each other in high school, because he got really possessive over me, especially after I think his girlfriend or something got pregnant. He started acting really weird and possessive over me. It was so good. He ended up doing something very bad with his child's mother. She ended up dipping and moving. I'm so glad she pressed charges against him. He not only went to jail, he had to pay some type of fine, like it was thousands of dollars, and he has to chip. She moved to Vegas. He has to pay child support in Maryland and in Nevada for his daughter that he will never see ever again. I hope I run into her, because we had a relationship, but I hope I run into her just to see how good. And she has a girlfriend now and is very well taken care of. Out of his mouth. He told me. Because Spirit told me to contact with him again. Get into contact with him again. Can I talk? And out of his mouth, he told me. I was like, oh, that's why you wanted me to get in contact with that rat bastard again. Because I didn't know why. Didn't want to talk to him. I had to hear from the jackass's mouth. I love it. Don't you love when some stuff happens like that? And now his life is kind of it. And he's in an unhappy marriage. I hope she dips. I hope she finds the love she deserves. Let's see. So let's read another one. That 3 weeks later he had a heart attack and died was that. I'm trying to keep my volume down because my roommate is sleeping, but I wanted to cackle reading that. Okay, so the comments got a little jumbled, so I'm reading brand new comments. These are not the same comments I read. I should have screenshot them. Screenshot it because TikTok. Abusive ex made my life hell. Never paid a cent for his daughter. Hadn't heard from him in 10 years. Well, he got murdered in January, and now my daughter is getting a bunch of money. Love that for you, honey. I love that for you. Okay, here it is. Here's the one about the boss. My boss laughed when I said okay and walked out of his office when he said you're fired. So I guess he said you're fired. She said, okay. Guess who got fired from his $100,000 salary job shortly after? He couldn't get another job, so ended up a car washer. She said he actually became super humble. I'm kind of proud of his growth. Sometimes a tower moment is a necessary lesson. Some people will continue to go through certain things and they'll still be nasty. Like, it's a different story if no, they'll still be nasty. They still won't get it. It still won't, what's not clicking, it still won't go through their head that they're the problem. So they'll keep going through things, and sometimes what they go through, or sometimes they'll never go through it. But for some people, they make, like she said, get that tower moment, and it'll land them on their ass, and they have to take a look at their life and be like, well, damn, you know? Or maybe they never look at their life and the energy that just comes with it. It could be shame or embarrassment or whatever it is, but it needs to happen sometimes. And somebody said it'd be the managers that don't like you that get fired and you're the one that levels up every time. Yes, Miss Lexi, my mother because my mother grew to be such a light and people hated it for it. Literally, she was the most loved one. She used to work for the DMV and she was the most loved one in the office other than like maybe 2 other ladies. And it was just this nasty woman. I remember going to visit her when I was in like middle school, high school or something. And I would go to visit her on like Saturdays. We would go to lunch together or you know, I would ride home with her or meet up with her and ride home. And this lady was just so nasty. She had a stink look on her face every single time. And nobody in the office liked her. Everybody who would come up there would immediately ask for my mother or one of the other 2 ladies that people liked. And she was just so nasty. Put my mother through hell. Sometimes you do have to lose a job, to lose something in order to step up into your blessing. My mother thought she was losing something or they were losing something. She had to learn how to relax. Capricorn woman worked way too hard. She had to learn how to allow the universe and allow God, because she was a Christian, allow God to take care of her. Sometimes you literally have to just release control, and that can be hard for some people to allow good things to come your way. Either she ran into one of her old co-workers or she went up there. Oh yeah, she went up to the old location for like paperwork because it was the DMV. One of the ladies that was still there like ran up to her and was like, let me tell you what happened. When she tried to talk crazy to the wrong woman, she fired my mother wrongfully. Said she cussed her out. My mother never cussed. Even like the co-workers was like, she never cussed, like ever. ever. And one of the only people I know to have never, I only haven't heard her utter 2 cuss words in my entire life while she was on this, in this earth realm. And she wrongfully terminated her. Let me get to that. Lady with the old co-worker ran up to her, was like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. Let me tell you what happened to her. It went off on the wrong girl. And she was like a young girl. I guess at the time she was like in her 20s. This was like back in the 2010s or whatever. Beat her ass. Knocked her out cold. Like, and they had to pull, security had to pull her up off that girl. You got smart with the right one. And I'm not even gonna say the wrong one. The right one. The right one. Like, I hope that girl, because apparently the girl, she was sort of like my mother, you know, not as Christian, but she was kind of like quiet or whatever. She said, you ain't about to talk to me crazy. And she was like very disrespectful. She deserved those hands. Absolutely. And then I think she ended up getting fired or something for something else, or quitting or something. But she rightfully got her ass handed to her. Basically, after that, she wrongfully terminated my mother. My mother didn't even have to file for wrongful termination. She applied for unemployment. Why she keep getting unemployment checks for like 2 or 3 years after she got fired? Every time she went down to the state to, you know, verify or whatever, well, not state, DC, to like double check to make sure, because she was like, I don't want them coming after me for the money. They was like, no, it said you approve. Paperwork said you approve. Paperwork said you approve. It was like 3 or 4 years. It was one of those every month. Don't we love when that happens? Okay, let me continue. My stomach is just a going. I drink ginger tea, like the ginger and fennel seed tea, so my stomach is just doing its thing. Now my story about my mom's. When she found out he cheated, she said, I hope everything you own burns down. The next day, his house burned down and he was deported from the country a couple weeks later. Yeah, and Miss Tayara, I'm butchering your name, honey. I apologize. Tayara, or Tiara. It's spelled Teyaiara. Definition of words are spells. Yep. Cut me off. Somebody said I was going to type a whole thing, but my keyboard froze. Guess the universe don't want me speaking on this one. Somebody said a spiritual NDA is crazy work. Sometimes they like, shh. Somebody said try one more time. I hate, anyway, we're going to keep on scrolling. We're going to ignore idiots. Oh, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try this. It's like a confessional spell. Somebody said, when I asked Spirit to have a person that was betraying me say a very weird word in a specific word, and it happened within hours with someone I would have never guessed, I was stunned. Somebody said it was a friend. They asking all types of questions. They being nosy in the comment section. They said, I don't want to say, I will tell you, it was the most random ass fruit that I never hear of people eating in a specific color, and they had just ate it and told me about it. Nothing super special, but every man who ever did me wrong is bald now. Every single one of them. Sometimes evil people hair don't grow. Well, oh, I randomly did a return to sender, and everyone who I had odd intuition about got violently sick, including my mother. Somebody asked, can you teach her how to do it? If you don't, that's okay. I said, to be honest, I don't even really know. I think the main thing is just really believing in your intentions, whatever works for you. Really, I also have been practicing shadow work, so that might have helped. And I also just like to talk to my mirror. And shadow work is very big when it comes to this stuff. Sometimes I can't even explain it. And you'll have some people to be like, you can't explain it because it's not real. No, sometimes doing the work on yourself and devoting yourself to being better for you, and just knowing that you deserve better than whatever it is that you get. And sometimes that energy, that frequency will align you with the right things and will expose the wrong people. I've had it happen multiple times. Like, the more I started to grow, the more people started to get exposed. I didn't even have to do anything. And they were getting exposed in ways that was like, either their intentions started coming out, they started getting sick, making less money, just a number of different things. I didn't have to do a thing. I just had to pay attention. Let's keep going, Shelby. Somebody said, well, a lot of people don't know their power. Amen. Oh, I love that for them. Somebody said, I prayed for Lilith to get me out of my abusive relationship, and he got bronchitis and lost his job for missing work. And when I left him a week or two later, he became homeless. We like that. Oh, I had a guy pull up on me and a friend for not talking to him anymore. He lost his job in his home. I love this one. From her mom. My dad was very abusive, I guess, towards her mom. Said men would beat her and wouldn't love her. Oh, he said that men would beat her and wouldn't love her. His wife now beats him, bankrupted him 10 years plus later. He is still suffering. Sometimes the sun be shining and the birds be chirping, and you just know that somebody's getting their comeuppance. Husband was lying to me and just started puking out of nowhere. I knew it was spirit. Oh, somebody said every time. Oh, hopefully they say X. Cause I don't understand staying with people that keep proving to you that they ain't no good unless they're financially providing for you or something. Every time a man is guilty of something, my angels will take what he values most, his freedom or his cars. I'm going to leave out the one part that they said. They said my cousin assaulted them and he died of complications with AIDS, is what I'll say. Damn. He said something about my deceased grandmother in front of people we both didn't know for a laugh. Immature as fuck. I told him my spirit team got something for you. His homeboy passed 8 hours later. Then somebody said, I love when you hit them with a warning and most of them don't believe it until BAM. I asked for my hidden enemies to go through hellfire. People lost their houses, their cars to fires the same night, and I just... Somebody said, that's a good one. I might use this. Yeah, you could just say it. Somebody asked, do you just say it out loud? Death and life really is in the power of the tongue. I need to get up and get my Bible. I don't feel like it. Okay, my mama said go get my Bible. Do you know how trifling I am that it was that close to me? Because I filmed another video and I was like, I need to go get my Bible so I can read. It was right there. I heard it loud as day. Go get your Bible. And she looking at me right there. A picture of me and her right there. She tapped me on the shoulder and said, get your butt up and get the Bible. Definitely like she judging me right now for not remembering what Bible scripture that was. Death and life. Is that a Bible scripture? Don't judge me, mama. It's been a minute. I should really know this one. It's Proverbs. I feel the judgment, okay? I feel her judging me. Mama, you know I'm a heathen. You know that. You knew that from way back. Why do you think he was praying so hard? Oh, that Job. Dude. Hold please, I'll be back. I know I'm not tripping. It's right here. I'm not tripping. It's right here. I know that much. Okay, here we go. The Bible truly is all code. So if you have like trauma with the Bible or whatever, it's coded. It is coded. Read it as like you taking a decoder ring and try to see what the messages are saying for you. Because it's code. It's not to be taken literally. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 21. Somebody wanted me to read this Bible. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Oh, I like this one too. Wait, hold on. Let me go backwards. Proverbs 18 verse 20. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. And then it goes on to say, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Speak it. Say it out loud. Belly shall be full, and I have to remember that one. Belly shall be full by lips. Eat of the fruit of your lips. Speak it. Speak what you want. Speak what you want. There's a lady trending on TikTok right now, and people ridiculed her for saying, I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that. I'm going to have $100,000 X, Y, and Z. She's gotten every single thing. Maybe not the exact way that she said she thought she was going to get it, but she got it. Every single thing. She's Sagittarius too. When we speak it. Try it. Oh, it didn't happen today. And when I first started actually speaking things, sometimes things would take a month or 2 or 3 when I first didn't believe it. In terms of like good things, especially when I was like really, really low in whatever I was dealing with. Things happen like that now. And I be forgetting sometimes, so it'll take a little time to be like, girl, you better remember. And I'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Speak it. This is so silly. This is funny, but this is a good one. A woman said, I was walking my dog and my ex roommate's father was driving by. He called me a bruja, basically a witch. And the air conditioner he had in the back of his truck fell out in the middle of the street. Instant. Somebody said, I bet he learned that day. No, probably not. They rarely do. I like this one. I would have stood there and twitched my nose at him like Tabitha from Bewitched and went... That's hilarious. That is funny. I would have laughed harder, but it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. And somebody said, oh, the joy of a cup of coffee and reading the comments. Some of these comments are juicy. I'm deaf in one ear due to, they just said etc. I guess it got cut off. A toxic boss kept pushing me to the edge. Anything you can imagine. Try my best to stay humble. Said boss started to poke fun at my hearing. He's deaf in one ear too. He's deaf in one ear now too. So my mother told us at a young age, you do not mess with people's differences. And that's probably why I attract so many people with differences, like weird folks. Weird. I use weird as a good thing. You know, anybody that people call weird because they don't fit into society, not because they're actually like abusive or gross, but they're just different. My mother taught me to never treat people as strange. Like people are people, no matter what extra gross. First of all, I was born with 6 fingers. Hello, aliens. If you were born with 6 fingers, put the alien emoji, either the actual alien emoji or like the what is that? It's the alien, but from No, is this Star Wars? Live long and prosper. Yeah, put one of those in the comment section. I was born with 6 fingers on both hands. Baby, I'm an alien. But she always, on top of that, taught me to never judge people for extra growths or what they don't have that you don't have in terms of like hearing or anything like that, because people are people. You know, it's a different story if they nasty. You get what you get. But no, like, I never saw the point and purpose in that, because people are human. Like, that's, that's so gross. Treat people, treat people how you want to be treated. Of course, while having healthy boundaries and having self-respect. But you treat people how you would want to be treated, and then have healthy boundaries after that, you know? Said, I know they can't even look you in your face now. Can't figure it out. Yes. She would say, oh, we're the same now. I was like, no, we're not. Hopefully she will come back one day right. She started to wear an oho necklace after that. I was like, I didn't do anything but cute. Oh yeah, the people call it the evil eye, but it's not called the evil eye. It's the, now I gotta look it up. What is the evil eye actually called? What is the evil eye symbol actually called? Because it's not called the evil eye. That's what people, it keeps away the evil eye, but it's actually one of many symbols. You have like a red one, a blue one. It's oh, it's known as Mati in Greek culture, but it's something else. It's a part of like, it's a part of like evil eye. They have a red one. I can't think of what it's called. I'll make a video on that too, because I can't, Google is acting so right now. It's a symbol. I can't think of what it's called. It's like one of the protection symbols or something like that. Whatever. They have like a red one, a blue one, and something else. It's not called the evil eye. I just can't think of what it's called. But that's funny because I didn't do anything, but that's cute. Ooh, I became sick out of nowhere and wasn't around anyone sick. So I got the clarity and did a return to sender. They were instantly sicker than I was. Oh, this is a really good one. Tears are so powerful. So powerful. I've cried after people have said crappy things about me, and not even because I actually cared, but it was like, me? I didn't do nothing to you. Or after they did things to me and their whole life fell apart. This one woman said, I once cried too hard because he broke my heart and asked for him to feel what he felt. He had a heart attack. Well, that's literal. That is literal. This is for me. Same. Anytime anyone's mean to me, something always happens to them. Always end up hearing something horrible happen. Yep. I like that one. I placed his name on the verse, there is no rest for the wicked, on my ancestor altar. That was 3 years ago. To this day, he's still seeking treatment and help for insomnia. So he said this, little things like these are better than, they are better than death or terminal illnesses, something that deteriorate with time and affects the quality of life. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, I like this one. He called my baby the R word. She's autistic. Then his mama passed 2 weeks later. Oh, the connection. I took a probiotic, and that's why my stomach was coagulating, because the burps are starting to come out. So, drink your water. Somebody said tell the crows what he did. She'll tell her friends. This lady called CPS making false allegations and saying some very disgusting things about my children. And let's just say my ancestors don't play, because she had a heart attack. Mm. Show me the exact hiding spots for 3. Yes, 3 hidden cell phones. Somebody else said this happened to me. I wasn't looking, but Spirit showed me hidden letters and stuff. I didn't realize at the time it was Spirit because I was in religious psychosis. I left religion, but I'm grateful. Balance itself out. Like it's like the cloud got lifted from their shoulders. I did a protection and returned a sender spell to the woman bullying my sister at her job. Some got fired and others quit within weeks. So you can even do protection for other people. Hold on. I've been doing really good with my water. My under eyes, because I've been upping like my detox stuff. Like my probiotic, and I was taking diatomaceous earth. I only do that like twice a week, but I was getting under eye bags, and them's hereditary for me. That lets me know I'm not drinking enough water because I was getting enough sleep. I wasn't drinking enough water. I said, oop. Let me get on my Zoom. I did a return to sender spell. Put my mother-in-law name on a piece of paper in a box with a mirror. She was fired and diagnosed with cancer. Ooh, the timing, honey. Had a manager say a lot of anti-black things. Said a reversal prayer before walking out the door for work. Got to work and his entire department was being questioned. He got walked out a couple hours later. I said my prayer and walked out the door around 6:30 that morning. The GM said they got the email around 8 that corporate was coming to question his department. I love that for you, sis, Miss Tanya. Or Tona. But she just did a simple reversals prayer. I don't know why I'm doing this. My face is not oily. I just like powder puffs, you know, like the old school ones. I need to get a big one like they used to have back in the day. Someone stole my huge amethyst geo from my front steps. Now, if you take the... It was moonbathing, and they heard me say that they'd have nothing but bad luck until it returns, and that's exactly what happened. So I got the geo from my aunt who got it from her hometown in Norway. She gave it to me and my family. It's like a family jewel being passed down, and crystals all about energy. I just thought it and felt it in my chest, and so it became. Got another one. I'm gonna keep reading. He disrespected my whole family, threatened to take my daughter, constantly harassed me. 2 weeks later, he was fighting for his life at the hospital for almost a month. Somebody said this is my ex and nothing has happened to him. Instead, he bought a McLaren. Girl, you better go get that money. Some people don't know their power, and that's okay. Sometimes we have to, especially if you weren't taught your power. I was taught my power, but in a religious sense, so I was already conflicted. I had to learn my power and what that meant for me. You know, my mother did mix the Bible with Layma, but she did mix the Bible with real life experience, but that didn't hit for me. Not that way, because it was very much religious trauma. You know, if I didn't behave one way, that, you know, I wouldn't be blessed type crap. And I rejected that immediately. Like, just because I'm not doing what this church says that I should be doing, or I'm not taking your Bible literally when it's all code. Now, there's some power in this because of the people that put power into it. However, just because I'm not living how you think I should be living doesn't mean I deserve bad things to happen to me. You know, that didn't feel right. So I rejected it. A colleague was still in my research methodology. I use AP. I don't know what AP is. AP and the whisper method. He lost it in a meeting and told everyone I was a devil. I smiled as they escorted him out. Somebody said, what is the whisper method? Someone else said, Right, they're not going to tell the person what it is. Okay, well, one other person said for them, their whisper method implies quiet, precise, energetic communication, almost like speaking or influencing through thoughts or feelings rather than spoken words or ritual. I guess that's not what they were talking about. I love that. Did a return to sender spell on someone who SA'd me, assaulted, and was stalking me. 3 days after I did the spell, he ended up in a hospital. He's also been pew-pewed for trying to rob someone. He survived, unfortunately. He got jumped and beat so bad he ended up in a coma. He is also broken, is constantly couch surfing. I did this spell over 10 years ago and he's still suffering. Somebody said maybe he's meant to suffer more. I'm up. I need to do some work. I've been too easy on people. I was getting cheated on for years. I asked God to please show me if this man isn't for me. Same day I prayed, he was arrested for rape, and the girl he had been cheating on me with was the accuser. And he was sentenced to prison for 3 years and 4 years parole. Wow, that's heavy. And we said, I told mine, if so-and-so isn't for me, the only way I'll let them go is if he gets someone pregnant. He ended up getting both of the women he lied about pregnant 6 months apart. Okay, I'm gonna read a few more. Just a few. Because these are really juicy. It's like 3,000 comments here, y'all. Yeah, because that's nasty. The director of my old job decided to pull my background from 2001 for no reason. Terminated me a week later, and they walked him out the facility too. I have a new job with better pay now. My coworker pretended to be my friend to backstab. Once I caught on, I cut her off. Once I caught on, I cut her off. She broke her foot and was out for 3 months. Everyone else came to me and said it was karma. Somebody said the comments got me smiling like the Grinch. I could see my spirit team cackling because the ideas are brewing. Thanks, lady. Cues chaotic laughter. The divine feminine energy is chaos. And all, with the exception of a few, I don't know how some of the people, I don't know the energy of some of the people commenting, but for the most part, it's been women or feminine people. Feminine energy is chaos. So if you don't want to fuck around and find out, don't. Said he wasn't going to pay child support and lost his 6-figure job immediately. Stayed unemployed for at least 6 months. You say what now? You said you ain't going to do who? What? With who? You been what? With what? Okay, let's try this again. That's literally what Spirit, the universe said. Let's try this again. Oh, spicy. I was dating a guy and he hid the fact that he was married. 1 year later, I found out. I cursed him and told him he will suffer. 4 months later, he called him his wife cheated and she left him for another man. Love that. Somebody else said the first rule of Fight Club, we don't talk about Fight Club. That's funny. And somebody took it seriously. I was a nanny and the grandmother was so mean that she wished death on me to my face. The next day she was ill and had to go to the ER and everything. That's when I knew my ancestors don't play about me. Oh, I like this one. I woke up to a voice screaming in my head to check his phone. Like I legit thought someone was in the house. Like that's how loud I guess they were screaming. So I checked and I'm divorced now. Thank God. Kiddo and I are safe. So I guess whatever they found out, they took that as a sign and said, I'm out. Love that. These are just too good. Like, I was about to put my phone down. I woke. No, my business was robbed, and the justice system did nothing. I asked Creator to take care of it, and 2 of the 3 died. This is why I'm not worried about justice. This is why not justice that man can give, not justice that the physical can give, or the justice system, which, if you still calling for the justice system to bring you justice, you believe the malarkey and bull crap that they're feeding you. And I'm here to tell you, honey, stop that. It's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. It's time to realize the power that you actually hold and the power that you have. Okay? Which is why they always are attempting to trigger us. I'm talking to black folks, and I'm also talking to women and feminine beings. They're always trying to get us angry because they know without our power, honey. Excuse me. They know that we have so much power, and they don't want us to realize that and actually use it. My mother used to always say, you have angels, employ them. Even if you don't believe in angels, you have power. Start speaking it. Start hanging around people who know their power. Start encouraging other people and other women and feminine beings to use their power. And watch what happens. You see, they clamoring right now. If you want me to go into the symbolism of what a wolf is, I can do that. But they clamoring. I got them scared, shook, panicking. Okay, I think I'm somewhat done. Little return to sender spell. One of the people got taken in by the FBI. Prison for 30 years. The other one lost his best friend to an accident 7 months after his brother also went. Oh, I need a movie. I need a movie for this. Or like a little, not a skit. That'd be fucked up. I mean, that'd be weird. I need a movie. My sexual assault, rape, I'm just gonna say rapist. Fuck that. I don't care about being monetized rape. Because let's stop diluting sexual assault. And I get why people do it, because censorship and stuff. I don't care. I don't care. Rapist's mom passed away the same night I tried to commit suicide. She had a giant heavy wooden cross above her bed, and it fell on her and it crushed her. I remember how giddy I felt when it found out. And that's the way that all those prayer and church visits didn't erase it. That's funny. Talk about dying by the cross. Oh, my Lanta. They cheated on me and they both died. Someone talking shit about me got into a car crash. Another third party who had no need to be messy got her storage burned down. Somebody said I want to be friends. See, this is the type of like camaraderie and community that we need. Because somebody just saying I want to be friends. Okay, they're giving me the daily screen time message to log off. Just them saying I want to be friends. Like, this is the type of, yeah. Hell yeah. Bunch of badass witches being friends together. Somebody say, oh, you protected. So now that I really thought about it, I could truly list more, but people would probably think I'm crazy or it's a coincidence. I did 3 7-time reversal candles, give or take once a month or every other month, depending on how my energy feel with the results. It is work. They call it workings for a reason. You gotta work it. And you don't all actually have to work it as a spell. You can work it saying it out your mouth. You can read your Bible. You can write it down. Whatever it is. Even listening to certain music might be protection. Singing along to certain things. My nasty manager got an infected spider bite on the day of her expensive wedding. Got sent to the ER and missed her honeymoon because she was in the hospital for 3 weeks. It ruined her dream wedding. He said I did my first black magic spell, and here's the thing: you have to make sure that you are okay with what happens, because sometimes you don't always know exactly what's going to happen or how it's going to happen. And it's a lot of people that are still very tied to their morals. Morals are man-made, by the way. They're still very tied to their morals, and that's a good thing. Have empathy. But do you need to have empathy for people who don't deserve it? You don't get to say, oh, you can say. But when you do these spells and you say these things, be very specific if you don't want anybody to die or get really ill or anything like that. However the universe decides to handle that person is however they decide to handle them for me. But she said, this person said, I did my first black magic spell on the work bully. I'm a light worker, been one for years, so this spell was so dark and angry. She lost her job, her husband lost his job. I felt bad after, but it's done. It's funny because it's true. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Meme. Going to Mimi. Caught dude out with another girl. Cried while putting money on my altar at 3 in the morning. He was in jail before the sun came up and flipped his car. It later went viral on YouTube for my birthday. That's why that reaction got whiplashes. Oh. And then a love spell. It made anyone who was against us to not breathe the same air as us. She moved to Korea the next week. I love these. Oh, damn. When I was younger, I lived with my ex and his mom. He told me he found a picture of me and my hair in her room and was doing witchcraft. I did a cleansing with the Santerio and she got cancer. I got fired for some bullshit that I had no part in, but they refused to believe me, to listen to me. They got fired and arrested for theft and fraud soon afterwards. I like this one. Got denied an apartment even though they already said I qualified. Then a couple of days later, I got a call that the manager got fired and they approved me. I moved in a couple of days later. Oh, and they gave me first month's rent for free. I love that. Congratulations to you. Okay, 2 more because I've been recording for a minute now. Oh, this is irony. I like this irony. I was arguing with my ex on when I was going to meet his family. First of all, if you have to ask a man when you're going to meet his family, he ain't the one. He don't like you that much. He don't like you. He don't like you. Or he's worried about his family. Either way, he ain't the one. Because if he's worried about what his family going to do or say, he don't need to be talking to him. It's a different story if he just didn't talk to his family or something like that. You know, and it's like, oh, you're not going to meet him because I don't talk to him no more. They ain't shit. But you got to beg him to meet your family. You got to beg him to marry. He ain't the one. Because we had been together a couple of years. And he ain't meet your family. I mean, you ain't meet his family. He don't like you, honey. The next day he had a bad motorcycle accident. I met his family at the hospital. That's funny. Somebody said, I wonder what his reaction was. He said, let's just say after that he kept calling me a witch. That's funny. An HR manager lied on my name and got me fired. The very next day, her dominant hand wrist broke. Somebody said, I don't think I see the way spirit comes through for me. I would get too cocky. And Tiara said, with great power comes great responsibility. And it's so funny because didn't that come from Spider-Man? Spiders are ruled by Scorpio, ruled by Pluto, death, rebirth, all of that shit. If you want to make that connection. Okay, this is going to be the last one. This is going to be the last one. If you want me to make part 2, please let me know because I need to go to bed. I really do. I need to wash my face and go to bed. This is so good. Had a girl remove me from her wedding because I had 2 brain aneurysms and was trying to get cleared for my surgery. Her fiance had to have emergency surgery due to a ruptured brain aneurysm. You know, sometimes the birds are waking up. Like, that's how long I've been up. It's like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to bed. That was joyful. Like, the post, I'll leave the comment section. I don't know if I can leave comments, you know, because I have such a little following on YouTube. I don't know if I can, like, link stuff or whatever. So you may have to copy and paste to go to the original link, but I'll put her name so you can go directly to the woman's post and read it yourself from TikTok. But that was such a joy to read. Like, I'm happy for every single person that shared their story. If you want me to do a part 2, reading comments and like giving my commentary or whatever, I would enjoy doing that because I enjoy reading that. It's like 3,000 comments, y'all. So let me know and I'll do it. But use your words. Words are power. Words are very powerful, even if you don't speak it. A lot of us haven't been able to find our voice. And we're just now finding our voice. This is why I started recording these. I even record my day on my phone and upload it to my drive. I have like an online drive, but I'm getting hard drives because you don't trust the internet. But I record on my voice notes and get all my frustrations out and just da-da-da-da to help me work my emotions out. You know, and it helps. I feel lighter. And that's how I know I'm recording like a mom because it cut off on me again. But that's how sometimes you just have to speak it out to release energy. But also you can speak good things over yourself. You can speak bad things over yourself. I don't speak out of anger anymore. I had an ex that used to try to push me when he was frustrated, and I guess to feel some sort of power. Or like there are some people or some men that only think if you get angry with them, that means you love them. I don't get pushed to anger. I don't allow anybody to have that much control over me, honey. But if you want to piss me off, I will speak some things over your life and you're gonna be wanting to lay some fire in my feet. So be careful who you mess with. Just be careful. All I'm saying is be careful. But use your power. Use your words, honey. You have power within you. That's my point. You have so much power within you. And there's a reason why they attempt to trigger us. There's a reason why they attempt to keep us mad and upset in a constant state of anxiety and uncertainty and stuff. Because if we tapped into our power, honey, if we found our voice. And it's so funny because I actually had 2 shells on it. Because I wanted to be like, ooh, look, it's opened up. But it fell apart. I'm still figuring out how to put these pieces together. It fell apart and now it's open. The voices. I found my voice. And there's a little pearl I put on the inside of it. Isn't that beautiful? Speak. If you can speak, speak. I think it was Maya Angelou. And I think she was abused and she didn't speak for years. It was either months or years. Maya Angelou. Once she found her voice, oh, how powerful. Go read some of her. I actually have a few of her books. If you want me to read some of her poetry, I love Maya Angelou. Love her works. She found her voice, and what a voice it was, honey. Speak. You're very powerful, honey. You have powerful energy in you. And if anybody is trying to smother that out, that's because you're very powerful, honey. And they can sense it. They can smell it on you, and they just quiver. They're shaking in their boots. And it scares them. Good. It should. It should. They should be scared. They should be terrified. So speak it, even if you got a quivering voice. Even if you have to speak it out loud. I talk to myself. Sure do. And it's in a way of reaffirming myself, or hell, and somebody know they got me fucked up, tell them, handle it. If I gotta handle, I'm not gonna handle it, so you handle it. They got me messed up, they got me fucked up. I'm so serious. Go ahead and do it. Make some shit shake. There was a situation I was in a few years ago where my presence was disrupting this person's energy so bad in the worst way, when all I wanted to do was care for them. Well, we had no choice but to be in the same vicinity. When I tell you, my mother came up out of me. I was cleaning walls and mopping floors and stuff. It was just pure frustration. I had to get the energy out, honey, because if I didn't, I get the energy out in the most healthiest way possible. I was cleaning, scrubbing. I have had religious trauma, and I was playing gospel music, honey, singing loud. Opened up and had my even though this is light work right here, my Palo Santo, this is kind of light work. He wasn't something a little bit stronger than that. I opened the door and I was like, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. You gotta get that, whatever energy is in here, you gotta get the fuck up out of here, because I ain't having it. I'm not fucking playing. Like, went to the front door, went to the back door and said, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Yeah, cuz. Hell yeah, cuz. Open up the windows and everything. I said, get out, you're not welcome. I was like, get the fuck out. It's been peaceful ever since. I'm due for another cleansing. It was peaceful. It's very peaceful. Use your words. They're very powerful. You don't even have to cuss. Sometimes you do have to cuss people out because you need to tell them they got you fucked up. Sometimes you don't even have to talk directly to them. Just speak it. Just speak it. Who am I talking to? Don't worry about it. Ain't none of your business. Whoever hear it, if they handle it, beautiful. Ain't none of your business. Just know your Olivia Pope voice is handled. I love you. I'm proud of you. You don't even have to worry about how. Stop worrying about how. Just believe that it's handled. Even if you gotta tell yourself, I don't know how, but it's handled. It's gonna be handled. I don't know how. And then go do something else. Because the more you focus on it, it's like, waiting for a package. It's gonna feel like it's taking forever. Go do something else. Go pour into yourself. Go pour into somebody else. Go feed yourself. Go watch something good. Go listen to some good music. If you can play with animals, go play with animals. Go color. I got color pencils right here. I need to color. Go color. Stop. Go do something else. And trust and just say that it's handled. And add a little spice and be like, look, if you want to let me know exactly what happens, I won't be mad at it. But I love you. I'm proud of you. Let me know if you want me to do a part 2 to this, because I was yapping. But those comments were so enjoyable. I love that for everybody. I'm proud of you and I love you. No matter what part of the journey you're on. Even if you go backwards and have to take another road, honey. I'm proud of you. You're still on it. Whatever it is. And know that you deserve all good things, okay? Until next time, my divine ones, I'm goddess divine. And get off my phone.